New year, new you. You want to get in shape, you want to get huge, you want to get jacked. Let's talk about the 5 things you must do in the new year to ensure you get those hypertrophy gains you've been looking for. Let's begin straight away. Good technique. Guys, when it comes to hypertrophy training, the only thing we care about is stimulating the muscle. And the only way we're going to stimulate the muscle is by good technique. Now, good technique can be defined as 2 things. Number 1, a technique that is safe, meaning no rounding your back on the deadlift, no rounding your back at the bottom of the squat, no bringing the bar down to your fucking throat level on a bench press. And number 2, technique that is optimized for hypertrophy. You find that bodybuilders and people that train for size do their reps a little bit differently than the powerlifters who only care about how heavy they lift. For example, a powerlifter will never pick up the deadlift slowly off the floor and, slowly lower it down to get that full stretch on the hamstrings. No. That would be totally against their sport. All they care about is lifting heavy ass weight as quick as possible. They just want to move that barbell from point A to point B. Whereas you, the person training in a more bodybuilder style, there are ways you can maximize your reps. And 2 good ways of doing that is a slow eccentric on the way down, a little mini pause, and then try explode as quick as possible. I'm going to put a video on screen of me doing the leg press. Look how beautiful the reps are here. 3 things to look at. Number 1, look at the descent. I'm controlling the weight on the way down. Number 2, I'm adding a little mini pause in the lengthened position. This is when the quads are literally maximally stretched. And we know that stretch mediated hypertrophy is a thing, meaning that muscles under stretch and under load grow. And number 3, look at the depth I'm getting. This is what I mean by good technique. My hamstring and calf have great levels of coverage. Well, that made no sense. No, my hamstring has high levels of coverage on my calf, meaning there's a lot of knee bend, a lot of force and power and tension in the quads, and this is just beautiful technique. So number 1, train with good technique. Number 2, which goes in hand with good technique, train close to failure. Simply put, training that is far from failure and training that is easy will not be stimulative enough of muscle growth. If you end a set with 10 more reps in that tank, that set done nothing for you. That was almost like a warm-up set. You need to do sets that are 5 reps in reserve or below. So any single set you do on any single exercise, at the maximum, should end with you thinking, I could have had at least another 5. If you end a set and think, I could have had another 7, simply put it, you're not, the muscles, if we could look at our muscles and tell our muscles, yo, bicep, grow, we would. But we can't. Therefore, we need to send a signal to the bicep to tell him to grow. So if you're ending sets with 7 reps left, 10 reps left, 12 reps left, you're not sending that signal to your bicep to grow. So we need to train with 5 reps in reserve or less. Train close to failure with the first point of good technique, and you can more or less shut off this video because those 2 things will get you very, very far. Number 3, take deloads. I learned this the harsh way when I was training super hard for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And it got to a point where training was just sluggish. Got to a point where I was going to the gym and warm-up weight started feeling heavy. My main working set, I struggled to add reps or add weight. And my body just wasn't responding to the growth stimulus I was trying to give it. That's when I realized, look, my body is beat the fuck up. I need to just take a week off and let my body dissipate the fatigue. Then I'm going to come in the following week and absolutely kill the next 6 weeks of my program. So what I recommend you guys do is click on this video here in which I explain the benefits of training in mesocycles and blocks. And also, if you guys don't have a training program or you don't know what exercises to do or you don't know how long to train for, I recommend you click the first link in my description in which I'm giving away my free hypertrophy program. It's completely free. I give details on how to use the program, how to modify it, of course the actual program, so exercises, sets, reps, everything you need. And I'll show you a little bit of transformation, a little bit of my transformation, so you guys know I'm not just some BS on YouTube, right? So click the first thing in the description and remember, train in blocks. Train for 5 weeks and take the 6th week off as an example. That's personally what I do. I recommend it. Number 4, bulk. Guys, do not do what I was doing in these pictures. Do not be the young Omar thinking that all he wants is abs. Because I can't lie, I started working out to get girls. I just wanted some pussy. I just wanted to get laid. So of course, to help me get laid, I said, let me get some abs. And in my first early years of lifting, all I cared about was abs. I was starving myself. and eating smaller portions just so I could stay shredded, even though I was never shredded because I didn't even have the muscle there in the first place. This is just how you know I was a stupid idiot when I started, and this is why I make these videos, so you guys are not stupid idiots when you guys start. But anyways, bulk. Eat food, okay? When your mum gives you that lovely plate of food, don't say to her, oh, you put too much, mum. I'll only eat half. Get fucked, bro. Eat that food. Eat everything your mum makes. Guys, just bulk. You need to be in a calorie surplus. That's where you're going to grow your most amount of muscle. Don't worry about abs. It's not about abs. Abs are for show, but they're not for go. You'd rather eat more and make good abdominal gains, because simply put, if you eat more, you're going to grow your abs more. Of course, they're not going to be as visible, but they will grow more. And you're also going to grow all the other important body parts more. Arms, legs, chest, back, anything else. So make sure you're bulking. Don't be on some BS stick man, slender man type shit where you're trying to reserve your abs for some girl that doesn't even like you. Don't do what I used to do. 5, this is less of a practical tip, but it's more of a mindset change. Realize that the gym is your toolbox. There is no right or wrong when it comes to hypertrophy training. There is no one way of doing things. The whole gym is your toolbox. And within this toolbox, you have all the different exercises you can use, the rep ranges you can use, tempo, ways of exercising, so either machines, barbells, or dumbbells. Utilize what works for you. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're really short. Let's say you're a midget and you have short as fuck arms. If you do a barbell bench press to grow your chest, you'll find that when you come down, the bar will touch your chest and your arms will have barely bent. Whereas for me, because I have long arms, I can touch my chest and my arms are all the way behind me and I'm getting a good stretch on the pecs. In an example like that, the barbell bench press would be good to grow my chest, but wouldn't be good to grow your chest because you have short arms. So for you, you're going to need to use a different tool out of your toolbox, e.g. dumbbells maybe, or maybe a really good machine that allows you to get stretch. So realize that there isn't one way of doing things. You don't get extra points or extra credit for lifting heavy with a barbell all the time, and you're not a bitch if you use lightweight with machines all the time. Utilize all the tools in your toolbox, and remember the toolbox I just mentioned, okay? I'll recap it real quick. Toolbox includes the exercises you can do, the modality of performing the exercises, a variety of rep ranges. It's not always got to be three sets of 10, guys. You can do 3 sets of 8 to 12. 1 set of 8 to 12, 2 sets of 10 to 15. Tempo, like pausing the reps at the bottom, slow eccentric, and weight management. It's not always got to be heavyweight or lightweight or medium weight. It can be a nice little mixture of all. So realize that the gym is your toolbox and there isn't one way of doing things, especially when training for hypertrophy and bodybuilding. If I'm on your screen right now, I've kept your interest somehow. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Happy New Year. Make sure you click my profile picture, check out my other videos, and I shall catch you in the next one.